Hey, it's the 21st of December, meaning we've got 3 days to go. 4 days, 3 days, 4 days. I can't math. I'm done. I am so tired. um, and in my head, I was upstairs. I was helping my husband go through his essay that he's got to send off for his masters and give it a little proofread. I was upstairs thinking, I've got so much to do. I've got to finish the Christmas cards. I've got to make the nut brittle. I've got to make a chutney, and I just don't want to. So I'm not. So what I thought would be fun instead is to play a little game with you guys, if you're up for it. You might not be up for it, but it's something completely different. So what I want to do is I want to sit and knit and chill and just wind down before I go to bed. And I thought maybe you might like to grab your knitting or crochet or whatever. And do you know what? If it's a deadline thing, slack off with me and do something that you genuinely want to work on for yourself. Sod the deadlines, sod them completely. Who cares? If you need to prove your worth by delivering a gift on time at Christmas, then that person, not worth proving it to. There you go. There's my controversial opinion for tonight. Oh, I feel quite liberated now. I've decided I'm just going to sit and chat with you guys and knit. Now, I am working on my habitation again because having realised I'm never going to get the thing finished on time and made my peace with that, made my peace that it's not going in the post, I now want to work on it again because I am just that awkward. So, this or that. This came about because I was looking up about Vlogmas and about what it is and how it originated and what it was meant to be. And then I ended up down a rabbit hole where they were talking about Vlogmas ideas, and suddenly I ended up finding, now I can't find them, I've downloaded them, these things called This or That. Is that the first one? That's the second. Hang on, I'm going to files, see if I can work my own phone. Now there's 18 lists from this particular site, and I will comment the list down below and you can download them yourself, screenshot. I'll share them on my social media as well, on my stories. So if you want to join in and you're on Instagram or Facebook, then you can actually screen grab the stories and share them yourselves and tag me. I'd love to see, or you can just comment below if any of them particularly stand out to you. So I wanted to do this with Alan, but he's not feeling brave enough to come and talk on camera, which is fine. I remember when I first started filming, I was so nervous. Now I feel really confident. I'm not sure if that's experience or I just don't care anymore, or because I know there are people out there who are watching and who are supportive. I don't know. Maybe a combination of all three. So anyway, as I said, there's like 18 lists here, and I'm going to put them up on the screen beside me. So to that end, I'm going to move the camera this way. So there's a little gap here where the Christmas tree is. And we'll go through the lists. I'll just get So the first one is Christmas favourites. So Christmas away or Christmas at home. Now, if it means Christmas away as in like a holiday, then Christmas at home every single time. If it means Christmas away as in going to visit other family, then I don't know, probably Christmas away or a combination of the two. To me, going to visit family is Christmas at home. What does that mean to you? And if you were going on holiday at Christmas, where would you go? Would you want to go somewhere completely different? Would you want to escape Christmas? Can you imagine yourself sunning yourself by the beautiful azure transparent waters in the Maldives? Or do you fancy a barbecue on a beach in Australia? Or would you just want to immerse yourself by going somewhere cold and snowy and somewhere you can see the northern lights? What would you like to do? Love to know that. I'll move you this way slightly because I'm getting a little bit I'm leaning, which is uncomfortable. Right, real tree or artificial tree? Artificial tree. I know people really like the idea of a real tree, but they always make me sad. They do make me sad. Something about seeing trees being cut down for the purposes of Christmas trees just makes me sad. We cut down this living thing to stick it in our living rooms for a while, and then 9 times out of 10 it ends up in the tip. They also quite often, I suppose it very much depends on the brand, the breed, species of tree that you get. They can also look quite spindly and sparse. And I like a nice full looking tree. I like a nice full bushy tree. There we go. I like the fact that it lasts year after year, the artificial tree. There's no need to upgrade it. So yes, okay, it's plastic. Although I think they're doing ones that are more eco-friendly now. But it doesn't end up in land. I mean, this tree that I've got here is almost 10 years old. And that's the only tree we've had. Yeah, because I had a little 3-foot tree that I got from Wilkinson's when I was a student, and we had that for 10 years. And there was an overlap with these 2 trees where we had both for a while, but that one has died a death now. There are great things that people do with trees now, like you can send them to the goat sanctuary, because goats love to nibble on a Christmas tree, and there are recycling schemes, and that's really cool. And I'm not knocking anyone who wants a real tree in their home, that's just why I prefer artificial trees. All I Want for Christmas Is You, or Last Christmas. Anyone playing Whamageddon still in? I got knocked out pretty quickly. I think the 3rd of December, possibly even the 2nd. Like the instant I put the radio on in the car, boom, I was gone. It's got to be Last Christmas. I'm an 80s girl at heart. I love Wham as well. George Michael, rest in peace. And I do find that All I Want for Christmas Is You has been a bit overdone. I know that sounds ridiculous. I can't think of a way of explaining it. Right, gifts or food? Food. I do love Christmas food. There's something about the smells, particularly the spices, the warmth, everything's just got that cozy vibe to it. I like a bit of variety. I love a Boxing Day buffet. My grandma used to do Christmas dinner, and then in the evening it'd be like picky bits, so like sausage rolls and sticks of cucumber and celery. And weirdly enough, there was always a glass of spring onions. I've never understood that. Who chomps on a spring onion? Anyone out there? Tell me, what is the draw? What am I not missing? What am I missing? I like giving gifts. I'm not so great at receiving them. I always feel very awkward. My worst thing is when people try and take me shopping for a gift. I can't do it. I feel so desperately uncomfortable. Decorating the tree or wrapping gifts. Decorating the tree. Wrapping gifts is tricky because the noise of the cutting the paper and the tearing of the sellotape means that you can't really watch anything on telly because it just irritates. Same with listening to music, you just get through it. And it tends to be a solo / stressful / uncomfortable event. I've yet to find a comfortable way of wrapping a gift. I tend to sit cross-legged on the floor, but then it's up on your knees. Decorating the tree, especially now, is a real family affair, and I love getting out those meaningful decorations. Our tree's looking a bit eclectic this year, so I keep looking at my tree. You can see the baubles are not well distributed at all, but that's because I let my son distribute them, and I've been really, really, really good and not rearranged everything. But it's starting to look a bit eclectic. So we've got the kind of red and gold, which I always went for, and then we've got some. These ones have just made it onto the tree. They weren't in our video because I lost them. They are little metal triceratopses, triceratops, pale green, and for some reason it's got, is it actually a triceratops? Anyway, it's got little baubles around its free bit. And I got this because my son loves triceratops. It was the first dinosaur he ever learned to say. And I got 4 of them from the gallery at Cockington where I work. And they're just beautiful. And they don't go with anything. but I don't care. I got them because they mean something. What else is on here? There's lots, but within reach, there's 2 of these. I showed these last year. I can't get it off. Why not? Because I've folded it over. So this is a ceramic bauble. It's like a dry pottery feel, so I apologise to anyone who hates the sound of that. With Robin's name on, and there's a matching one for Lara that my friend, one of my best friends in the whole world, got me for Robin's first Christmas, but got one that had Lara on it as well, so it included both my children, which just means so much. There's a little felt Christmas tree up the top, just a little triangle green Christmas tree, and it's got some a paper cutout of a Christmas tree stuck to it that was done for me by a girl called Nina, who was one of my year 7 students. Oh, and she'd be 23, I think, this year, and she made it for me, and she was just lovely. And I bet she doesn't even think about it. She probably has no recollection of even giving her teachers these decorations, much less possibly even thinks that they might have made it onto any tray. But mine comes out every single year and goes on that tree, and I think of that girl every time, and the fun we had at book club at lunchtime, and the fun I had teaching, and yeah, it means a lot. There's a silver plastic star that someone sent me who's also experienced baby loss, and she said it's a star on the tree to remember our little ones, which is really lovely. A beautiful cross stitch one that was sent to me last year for Robin's first Christmas. A little Christmas tree with a robin on the top holding 2 stars, one with an R and one with an L. So precious. These ones were new this year. They're by Lucy Alice Designs, who is a Kent-based maker. And I got these because I thought they'd look great on the tree, but also they'd be really cute in Robin's bedroom. So yeah. Anyway, that's ended up being a very long answer to a very simple question. Right. Mulled wine or hot chocolate? Don't get me wrong, I love a glass of mulled wine, but hot chocolate. I think hot chocolate is much more versatile. You get many more flavours with it. It can be as sweet or as not as you like, whereas mulled wine is something a little bit almost claggy about it at the end. You can have too much mulled wine. My favourite though, if it was this sort of that between the mulled things, is actually mulled cider. Same concept but with cider. Really nice. Okay, Advent or the 12 days of Christmas? Advent. We've never really marked the 12 days of Christmas in our family. Advent and that build up and that anticipation and looking forward to seeing the people you love has always resonated more with me. And especially like the 4 pillars of Advent, I find it a really important time for reflection. Christmas dinner or leftovers? Leftovers. We do a leftover pie for Boxing Day, where we layer, I think Paul Hollywood did it at one point, a leftover pie. You layer your leftover veg and meats, and you layer the sauces as well, and stick a top on it, and there you go, there's your pie. Which is, to be fair, that we kind of did a version of leftover pie when I made the short crust pastry with that on earlier this month. It's really good. It's just chuck it all in the oven. You've got all those flavours. Oh, it's really good. Elf or Home Alone? Unpopular opinion coming in. Don't like Elf. Can't stand it. Nope, will quite happily never watch it again. I know some people really, really like it, but no, Home Alone for me. I was a kid when it came out as well, so I think that helped. It was so clever. I thought it was so clever. Christmas jumper or Christmas PJs? Never really had a Christmas jumper. It's never really been a thing we've done. Christmas PJs possibly. I love a brush cotton, and I love a tartan. And this year, I've got all 3 of us matching PJs. I'm very excited. Robin couldn't care less because he has no clue what's going on. Alan's rolling his eyes, and I think he's hoping that if I get away with it this year, it won't happen again. Playing games or watching movies? Playing games, 100%. I love a good movie, don't get me wrong, but Christmas is like the only time of year where I could guarantee someone would play a board game with me. And I love a board game. The grown-ups always used to play Scrabble after dinner in my family growing up. And as I got older, I was able to join in. We would typically always be given a board game of some description that on Christmas morning, and we would take it to grandma's with us and, you know, corral some of the grown-ups into playing with us if we were lucky. Some of them were a bit strange. There were often puzzles as well, like the little Mensa puzzles, and my granddad was really into his puzzles, and there was one that was a pyramid of balls, like metal balls, and you had to use they were magnetic, and you had to use a plunger and like painstakingly stack. It was very difficult. And Grandad, as a wood turner, I mentioned before, made a puzzle one year where you have 3 sticks. I mean, it's not a concept he came up with, it's quite a common concept, but he made this on his lathe. So you've got a base, and then you've got 3 sticks, and you've got like a pyramid of circles in increasing size, small to little, and you had to move all of the circles from one of the sticks to another one of the sticks, but you could never put a big circle on top of a little circle, and that took a while. That was really good fun. So yeah, Scrabble was always one, and I always managed to get my husband to play games with me, and I really like it. I love playing games. I'm hoping that Robin does too, and I'm going to corral my brothers-in-law and their girlfriends into playing games, hopefully on Christmas Eve. Night Before Christmas or How the Grinch Stole Christmas. You'll have to help me out with this one. I've not seen either of them. There we go. Maybe I'm just too old. Right, quick fire round. You ready? Okay. Hot chocolate or Christmas spice latte? Hot chocolate. Mince pies or shortbread? Mince pies. Baked ham or roast turkey? Ham. Turkey can be dry. I don't know why we eat turkey at Christmas. It makes no sense. Trifle or Christmas pudding? Both. Provided they're made by my grandma. There we go. If they're not, if they're shop bought, then Christmas pudding every time. Christmas cake or panettone? Panettone I only really had for the first time last year. My lovely friend David at Search Press brought one in for us. It was a Christmas treat and it was really yummy. But I'm a traditional girl at heart. Christmas cake. Pigs in blankets or stuffing? Pigs in blankets. Bucks Fizz or mulled wine? Bucks Fizz. Brandy butter or cream? Cream. Cranberry sauce or gravy? Cranberry sauce. Brussels sprouts or roast parsnips? I would always have said roast parsnips. However, my husband is really good at a Brussels sprout now, so it might be it's a bit difficult, that one. We'll go with parsnips. Stollen or Yule log? Yule log. I make a chocolate Yule log, but I make it into a Black Forest Yule log. I use black cherry jam in the middle, and I haven't been able to get it for a couple of years, so I'm trying to track it down. But Hotel Chocolat used to do, or is it Whitworth's? Either Hotel Chocolat or Whitworth's used to do a Black Forest hot chocolate, and I would use that instead of the plain cocoa powder. So the whole thing had this rich, dark, black cherry flavour going through it. It was lovely. Roast potatoes. Oh, roast potatoes. Roast potatoes over Yorkshire pudding every time. Especially my grandma's roast potatoes. My mother-in-law does an amazing roast potato as well, to be fair. Right, Christmas movies. This one is an interesting one. Love Actually or The Holiday? The Holiday. The Grinch or Miracle on 34th Street? Miracle on 34th Street. Polar Express, Christmas Chronicles. Not seen either of those. Going to watch Polar Express with Robin though soon, because it's about a train and my son is a trainiac. Nativity or The Muppets Christmas Carol? Muppets Christmas Carol. There goes Mr. Humbug. There goes Mr. Grimm. Love it. Scrooge or It's a Wonderful Life? Not seen It's a Wonderful Life, so I'm going to go with Scrooge. Bad Santa or Die Hard? Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and Die Hard every time. Elf or Home Alone? I feel like we've done this one. Home Alone. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation or A Bad Mum's Christmas. I feel like I've seen A Bad Mum's Christmas and it was quite funny. No idea about the other one. Santa Claus Jingle All the Way. Jingle All the Way, I think. Is that the one where Arnold Schwarzenegger's arguing with someone else over a toy? I liked that one. The Snowman or Arthur Christmas. Snowman. Happiest Season or Last Christmas. Not sure. White Christmas or Meet Me in St. Louis. White Christmas. So there you go. There's my 3 this or that's for episode 21. I hope you've enjoyed that. I will put them on my social media tomorrow. So the 22nd of December, I'll put those 3 on there. I'll also link the page. I found them all below. And maybe we'll do another one in the run up to Christmas. Who knows? Having said I was going to sit and knit, I've barely knit a stitch because I've been looking at my phone and chatting to you lot. Quite enjoyed that. That was quite good fun. Hit me up with your favourites. I'd love to know your absolute favourite way to spend Christmas, your way you'd like to go if you had a Christmas away, if you're just done with Christmas, any unusual foods that you enjoy at this time, best board game. We used to play Frustration. Have any of you played that? You have a board that's, I believe, hexagonal, and you have 4 little pegs in your colour. So each player has 4 little pegs in their colour. So it's red, yellow, blue or green. And then you've got like a pop-it thing in the middle with a dice inside. And you press the pop-it thing, which pings and makes the dice go ba-doing. And then you have to roll, you have to get a 6 to get out onto the board. And you have to, it's kind of like Ludo in a way as well. And you can jump over other players. But if you jump over another player, then they go back to home. And yeah, we used to play that. There was one Christmas I remember where one member of my family, and I'm not going to name names because I don't embarrass people like that, got so frustrated they flung it across the room. This was a grown-up. Yeah. Good times. I am very much looking forward to board games this Christmas. All right, my lovelies, I hope you are being happy and restful, and honestly, sod the deadlines. Who cares? Let's not put ridiculous expectations on ourselves. Let's just be kind to ourselves, shall we? I'm going to bed because I'm exhausted, and the chutney can wait till tomorrow, and so can the nut brittle. So join me tomorrow for that. Oh, and we're going to a Christmas tree farm. We're going to a Christmas tree farm. I'm going to see huskies. In-laws are taking me and Robin. We were meant to go on the first Sunday of I don't know, we were meant to go weeks ago, but COVID, and then more COVID, and then in-laws were away and we didn't really want to go without them. Yeah, so Robin and I are going with my mother and stepfather-in-law tomorrow, which is going to be good fun. So yeah, might be a bit of a big episode tomorrow. 23rd, I'm at work. 24th is Christmas Eve, but I've got my brothers-in-law and their partners round. I very much doubt I'll record that day. I think I might slack off, but I do have a plan for a video on the 23rd or 24th, so check back. Cool. I'm gonna go hang out in bed, drink my hot chocolate, which is now a cold chocolate, except for it's got Baileys in, so it doesn't really matter. And yeah, I'm gonna knit for a bit, and I'll see you soon. Bye.